Hey guys, here's your detailed breakdown of the backend of Webinar Jam and the integration of what we got going on so far. Okay, so I've got your 4 meeting times. We've got every day at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8:30. It does that every day with the last minute meeting. So the whole 15-minute thing, if I were to do it now, it's 12:06. I think it would show up at 12:15. So I'll show you that. There's 5 meeting times, okay? We're just gonna go with, I'm gonna go through some of the fine tuning here. So the source of the evergreen is just the Vimeo video. So thanks for Misty for figuring that out. Basic configuration. I've got the title is transferring your money mindset, create the income you want and deserve. And then the webinar description, which is only a max of 150 characters, doesn't help the cause. You want to make more money, you work hard in your network marketing business, and you deserve to make more money, but something's in the way. So obviously all this can change. We can list our webinar publicly within Webinar Jam. I've done that before. I never really get much traffic from that. It's your call if you want to list it. We just have to put it into a certain category. Webinar presenter, Deb Erickson, I use this headshot. Once again, I apologize for the noise. I'm working at a coffee shop. This is the info or the email address, so let me know if that needs a change. And then I can add a title. So let me know about that. Once again, schedules I just talked to you about, but down here, so we're going to say, I'm not going to let them watch a replay upon, this watch replay is upon registration. So on the drop down on the reg page, it could say, hey, watch the replay, which I don't want. The replay will show up, they'll be emailed about the replay. The just in time is what I was talking about. They're able to sign up with just minutes spare to start watching quickly instead of having to wait. Simulate real world practices, hide night schedules. So from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., they can't watch anything. And then I've also blocked holidays of Christmas, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and New Year's. I can take that all out. I can put it all in. Whatever you want, let me know. Registration. The registration page I chose was, I sorted it by best converting and picked the top converting one. All right, so it's definitely not the prettiest, in my opinion, but it's the most converting. It says Webinar Jam, so I chose that. Okay. Registration form fields, first name, last name, email. I only did that because Misty's pop-up originally had last name in there. I would prefer to have not last name, just have first name and email. So let me know about that. Free to register, yep. Password protected, no. Notifications. I've got 3 emails through Webinar Jam. I can have this go through Infusionsoft if you prefer, because it'll look nicer, but immediately they get a confirmation 24 hours before, 15 minutes before. Okay? Integrations. Here's definitely something we need to talk about. So right now I have this integrated with Infusionsoft just upon registration. All right. For some reason, it's not picking up my new tags even when I unsync and resync it. So I had to choose like a random tag. But I will work on that. So don't worry about that. It just does work. But the only thing I have is when they register, right? I can do triggers to say when they attend, when they miss, when they attend the replay, and then cultivate specific follow-up emails to them. The reason I'm saying that is because within Infusionsoft, the first email that I believe we're sending is like, hey, did you see this? Instead of asking them that, we know if they did or did not, and then we can give them a custom experience. So I do want to have different scenarios based on this, okay? We don't need any of this. Well, actually, Glenn said he was going to handle this, but I do not see any third-party tracking in here, like Facebook pixels or whatnot. So we'll have to check in with him on that piece. I'm more than happy to do it, but he said he would handle it. Thank you page, same thing. I picked the highest converting, and and it's just pretty straightforward. But that's really all that we need. Let me know if this is just not editable, so just let me know what you need. Okay, live. Countdown page, same thing. Sorted by highly converting. And there it is. All right, pretty basic, but does the job. Webinar polls, I always like. We don't have any, but we can ask them a specific question and then they can go and choose what they want to do. So it helps engage the audience, helps them get in the chat, which means that they're going to see the links and see the offer. Live chat box. So this has been the struggle of my life for the past 2 days. I've done everything right here. When I imported the CSV, it says, hey, you need these 7 columns. So I've got the 7 columns. Formatted as a CSV, so you'll see it in a second. There it is, with the 7 columns, all the way down, hand typed out, which is what I did yesterday. And for some reason, it will not accept it. All right, so I've been working with support on that. They're not exactly helping. So what I'm going to have to do over the weekend and today is I'm literally going to have to type in each one and add them all individually just to get this thing going. So that'll take an extra couple hours, but it is what it is. So right now chat is enabled, but it's not set up. Okay. We've got product offers. Here's a preview of what it is. Join the Gold Coaching membership. I've got this image here because working as hard as you do shouldn't mean living paycheck to paycheck, but only you can choose to rewrite your blueprint. And that goes to the sales page. All right. I have that popping at 20 minutes and staying up there. But keep in mind, in the chat, we're also driving them to that link like 5 times based on what Sarah wrote. So we're good there. Let me know if you want to change the image, the header, whatever. I'm not a copyright video, so I'm doing the best I can. So that's good. Display number of attendees. Turns out I can do this, and I'm saying dynamic attendees, peak attendance 210. So it'll go up and down throughout there, but at peak performance, 210 people will be showing up. Let me know if you want to do that. Buyers, live sales alerts. It actually looks like I can do this too. And I could say, I can add live sales alerts, what they bought and how many. So if you want to give me a chat role here, Sarah, of people that bought during this webinar, I can totally handle that. All right. Good on that. Replay. The replay page is enabled. So they will be emailed about a replay after the fact, but I don't want them to see it's a replay upon registration because obviously that'll take away from it being live. It expires in 72 hours, and then they can't have like a chat role on the replay. So when they chat, it will display a question box and email support if I can. So let me know about that if that is correct, and then we're good on that. On the Infusionsoft side, here's where I'm going to need a little bit more clarification from you. Don't look at all this, it's ugly. We talked about having the emails sent out 2 days apart, which I'm fine with. I do want to split test subject lines. That's great. But I need to know if these are in order. I grab them in order on the Google Doc and name them accordingly. Right? So right off the bat, after they register, I don't know how long I'm waiting here. I only put a minute strictly for testing purposes. I'm actually going to break that. But right away, we're driving into a webinar replay email. This is what I'm talking about, changing it up. I want to say, hey, thanks for attending. Hey, you missed it. Hey, you bailed early. We have the capability to give them a customized experience, so I want to take advantage of that. All right. So let me know about that, and then I can drive them down to their own experiences. But I just want to make sure that the emails that were listed on the shared Google Doc are correct, are in the correct order, which I believe they are. And then, of course, I need to know when they buy if they shouldn't see the sales emails. Like, let me know that, because obviously with Infusionsoft, when they buy, I can have them be taken out of certain spots. Okay. And then if they buy, obviously they're going to go into gold coaching or whatever, so that will have its own little nurture there. These are some of the, this is a next point, so I'm jumping now. These are some of the original ones that Misty set up, presumably based on a template that we've been using. And I want to point a couple things out. We have this funky font, which doesn't really make it easy to read in my opinion, but more importantly this, all right? So if I go over to design, there are these asterisks over the Open Sans fonts, all right? Right down below, these fonts may not be supported in all email clients. We definitely don't want that. That's a risk that is unnecessary to take. So what I've been defaulting everything to is just Arial, all right? And the same with doing colored text and colored hyperlinks. Some browsers will not support colored hyperlinks, but it's a pattern interrupt too. People are used to seeing blue hyperlinks, the normal color hyperlinks, and when they see a red hyperlink or a purple hyperlink, they A, may not realize it's a hyperlink, but B, might get a little turned off or scared about it thinking it's spam. So in my opinion, I think we should just leave text, black text here, and then set the link to the normal color blue that you would see in an everyday email, like this. And not mess around with funky fonts, not mess around with funky colors when you're trying to read something and get them to do. Email links have been blue forever. That's just my 2 cents on there, but I do want to have that discussion with you. All right, so once again, I definitely want to get rid of Open Sans because it's not supported in all clients. And then I want to discuss links, all right? So rehash, I have to fix the chat log still. There's more errors with that. I will get that fixed. Let me know if there's anything else you need changed in Webinar Jam. I want to split test subject line, so if we can get with the copywriter and she can get me a variation of each subject line, that would be phenomenal. I need to make sure that these emails are in order, which I believe they are based on the doc, but specifically, I want this post follow-up email to vary based on what the people did. And that's as easy as taking the same email and just tweaking the first sentence or two. Very easy stuff. And after that, when they buy, I'm assuming that anything pitching this sequence would stop. But I guess the free content, like do we still mail them the free content, or does this just end and they go into gold? All right, so keep me posted on that. We're almost there. And then just get with Glenn about adding that tracking. But if he needs me to handle that tracking, I can. All right, talk to you soon.